Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome. I'm Charmaine Sherelle, the Modern Babaylan, and I'm here today to introduce myself, to talk about what a Babaylan is, how I'm a Babaylan, and more. So let's get started. Babaylans come from the islands of the Philippines. They originate from the indigenous tribal communities. There are other names for Babaylan depending on the area. However, for me, Babaylan is the name used for my region. Babaylans were an integral part of the tribal communities. They were one of the four pillars. You had the Datu, who was the chief, the Pandan, who was a native technologist that did the crafts. You had the Bagani, who was the warrior, and you had the Babaylan. Babaylans are mediators between the spirit and the human worlds. They are mediums, seers, healers, sages, warriors, therapists, and so much more. Babaylans are also animists and believe that all living things have a spirit soul, from the animals to the plants to the trees to the water and so much more. Babaylans have a great magical connection to the earthly energies and spirit world. We literally have one foot in each world. And it is my great connection to these earthly energies that allows me to connect people to spirit. I am a full-blooded indigenous tribal member. I come from two tribes, the Coyonan and the Cagayanan tribes from Palawan. I am a Palaweño, a recognized tribal member, and a natural-born Filipina. And I'm going to address something right now. Being a Babaylan has nothing to do with where I was born or where I reside. It has everything to do with my lineage, who I am, and what spirit knows. Most importantly, I was initiated directly by spirit, even down to the beads that they pressed on the newly initiated Babaylan, which is another funny story in of itself for a later time. So it was by design for me to not be brought up in the Philippines in order for me being a Babaylan to unfold and to get to the point of where I am today. I would not have the same access or level of knowledge, resources, experiences, and information available to me so that I could bring this ancient healing wisdom back to be utilized in today's modern world. Being a Babaylan unfolded for me during my mediumship journey, and it was during my breast cancer journey that my mediumship journey started. I felt this pull to explore mediumship. And looking back, I can see that my breast cancer journey was an important catalyst to my unfoldment. I have always had abilities and experiences since I was a child. The majority of people in my family had abilities that they could not explain. I grew up in a time when there was no internet, so I didn't have access to information or people to learn about these experiences that I was having. Experiences like knowing things without being given the information from others, prophetic dreams that came true, being able to see spirits, hearing voices, and so much more. It was through my mediumship journey and working with people who were looking for answers to our experiences and learning what we are truly capable of that me being a Babaylan awoke. I didn't ask for it. I didn't create it. It awoke in me. By working with other mediums, psychics, healers, and light workers, and having information and messages coming through, it unfolded that I come from a long line of Babaylans and healers going back thousands of years. It was working with others and my ancestors coming through to work with me that my path of a Babaylan unfolded. I encourage people who are looking to unfold their abilities, who want to become mediums, healers, and light workers, to work with others because we need each other. We need each other for the social resonance in that we are all in this together, as well as we bring through information, confirmation, and validation for each other. This is not the type of work you can do in a vacuum. How else would you know what you are receiving is true and of a higher level of vibration? Also, that you are not making things up. It is also difficult for us to read ourselves because it's not meant to be that way. If we knew exactly what was to unfold for us, we wouldn't need to be here. We would be back home in spirit. Do we receive guidance and insights along the way? Yes, of course. However, we cannot know all the details of how our lives will unfold. Otherwise, we would not learn the lessons that we came here for and to grow. Now there is no need to hide behind closed doors and speak in hushed whispers about our abilities and what we are experiencing. Humanity is going through a major spiritual awakening and ascension process. Many have already awoken, and others are in the process of awakening. It's happening in stages. It has been happening for years, and now that we are in the age of Aquarius, great shifts are continuously happening and will continue to happen. We have been seeing it happening around the world with these upheavals and darkness coming into the light, and it will continue to happen for some time. It is about bringing power back to the people as a community and individually. Now, there's a lot of superstition, fear, and information that has been instilled by humans and perpetuated by humans for thousands of years. Even in the Philippines, especially the communities where Babaylans originate from, there is a lot of superstition, fear, disbelief, and or misinformation of the spirit world and Babaylans. From 1565 to 1898, the colonization of the Philippines by Spain was a huge factor. It was Spain who brought through organized religion and a patriarchal society. Before colonization, women had a higher role in society. They had more rights and were revered more than they have ever been, even up to the present. It was the Spaniards who turned communities against Babaylans, who were previously revered, and they practically decimated them. Babaylans were shamed and killed. The Spaniards replaced them with Catholicism and gave men a greater role in society as well as a caste system. Babaylan families for generations would live in fear and beat their children if they showed any signs of having abilities, and were told not to speak of them to others, especially in public. This makes sense because growing up, it was like the elephant in the room. Everyone was aware of having abilities, but no one could or would speak of it. They could not explain how we all had these abilities, nor could they teach them. So much was lost or forgotten over generations. This was the stigma that was carried through generations of Filipino indigenous families with the Babaylan lineage. All because the Spaniards wanted to be the touchstone of the communities and harness the wealth they could gain from the people, as well as being terrified of Babaylans. They were afraid of the power and magic Babaylans had, which is why they killed them, cut them up, fed them to crocodiles so they could not come back to life. So, what happens when humans don't understand or believe in something that is different from what they believe? Humans will dismiss it, create fear, and will demonize what they feel is different from them. They will do this to anything or anyone that differs from what society deems as true. It's no coincidence that I am here at this time and following the path of a Babaylan. I know I'm here to help herald in this change for humanity and to bring back these beautiful ancient healing wisdom information that has been lost, forgotten, or marginalized, and bring it back into the modern day world. And it's not only me. Many Babaylans are being called at this time to rise and help humanity. And I'm asking my brothers and sisters to rise with me. Not just Babaylans. I'm asking all healers, psychics, mediums, and light workers. We are going through an ascension process to raise our consciousness. We are all connected and part of the one consciousness. So many people have forgotten their connection to God, Spirit, the universe. When I say God, it's in a spiritual context, not religious. I am not religious. I am spiritual. There is a big difference. But Babaylans and the indigenous tribes before colonization of Spain were not religious because we knew we had a direct connection to God and lived our lives according to that connection. So when I say God, it is in a spiritual context. God, Source, Allah, the Spirit, the Divine. Feel free to use whichever term resonates for you. Many people have forgotten their connection and look outside of themselves for enlightenment and their connection to God, when in reality it is within them. Each of us has a direct connection to the divine. It is a connection that cannot be severed, for it is each and every person's divine birthright. We all have the God spark within us. I'm here to help people remember that connection and to strengthen it as I did for myself and others. And of course, if a person chooses to, for there is free will, God and the spirit world respect free will for people to choose for themselves. Know that separation from God is an illusion. You do not need to seek it outside of yourself because it has always been within you. It is a remembering of your divine connection and knowing that you are a powerful, fearless, and limitless being who can co-create with God the life that you want to live. Humans in this 3D world create and perpetuate fear, anger, grief, frustrations, and many other lower vibrational emotions and states. These do not exist in the spirit world. It is through these imposed belief systems that these become learned behaviors. Belief systems that we were taught and took on from others and society since we were children. How to be, how to act, how to look, how to think, how to dress, and so much more. However, by opening up our hearts and our minds and looking within, exploring these learned belief systems to challenge and dispel them, we can grow our own connection to God, our own direct connection. And we are not alone. The spirit world is all around us, helping and guiding us. Did you know that death is one of the biggest misconceptions of humanity? There is no death because our souls continue to live on. It is only the physical body that does not continue, for it has a limited lifespan. The veil that people speak of or that you hear of is our actual physical bodies. When our loved ones pass, they continue living on. When we pass, we will continue to live on. The majority of people can't see spirit because it is of a higher vibrational frequency from where we currently operate. However, everyone has the ability to connect to their past loved one as well as spirit. So to be able to strengthen one's connection and raise our individual and collective vibration is to do the self-healing work and to live one's passions. The more you self-heal, live your passions, express your creativity, have self-awareness, the more you live as your true self, and therefore can raise your vibration and strengthen your direct connection to God. Now, going back to Babaylans and how they work, Babaylans are very adept in working in the trance states. We are made for the trance state, which is a deeper level of consciousness. There are several different levels between the altered and the trance states, which are deeper levels of consciousness. And we as humans fluctuate between the different levels of the altered states several times during our daily lives. For example, let's say that you are working on a project at work or at school, and you start to drift off and daydream about something, and then you eventually come back. Guess what? That's you shifting to an altered state. So it's in the trance states, this deeper level of consciousness, that I am able to bring through and deliver ancient healing wisdom that I have access to. Trance is the vehicle in which I bring these healing energies, words of wisdom, information, and guidance through. I work closely with my ancestors and my spirit team, as well as have the honor to work and access with many different high vibrational energies. I work with the same ancient healing wisdom as past Babaylans, but in today's modern day energies. Babaylans are magic. We bring it through to others by creating a high level vibrational state for healing to and experiences to occur for the person receiving. As a Babaylan, I work with my ancestors, my spirit team, and spirit to create a magical higher state and hold that space for the person to activate and awaken the healing to occur with them so that they can have an experience or for healing to occur. It is important for a person to come with an open heart and mind and want an experience or healing to occur. Also know that it's not the healer's responsibility to heal a person. Each person must take responsibility for their own healing journey. I'm speaking of any kind of healer. We as healers help to activate the ability for a person to take responsibility for their own healing to occur and to follow that journey for themselves in however way it will unfold for them. We are the conduits, the vessels for spirit to work through us. That being said, I would love to work with you if you feel guided to do so. I am a Babaylan practitioner, as well as a trance medium, evidential medium, crystal healing master, Reiki master, and a teacher. So I have a variety of ways I can help someone depending on their needs. I look forward to hearing from you and do more of these videos. If you want to learn more about me or what I offer, check out my information through the links in my bio. Also, please like, subscribe, and share this video as it helps me so much. Thank you everyone, and I wish everyone a blessed day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Talk to you soon. Bye.